Hello everybody and welcome back from Magic 2014. We're here for another game with Last Grey Wolf and AlpacaPatrol. How's it going, bros?
Hello.
Good. I'm part of the bro army today.
That's fantastic.
No.
I've been waiting for you to finally join that.
I know. I'm in. I'm a member. I'm gonna go kill non-bros. Is that what you do when you're in the bro army?
I believe so, yeah.
Yes, you fight all the infidels. That's exactly what you do.
Murder all the infidels, all the non-bros. No shots fired or anything, obviously, but okay. Yep. All right. So sure. I shouldn't even be surprised anymore.
It's like 8 lands or no lands. Which one?
No, it's just I random 2 decks in this game.
Oh, is it Masks?
All it is.
Here. Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I just those are just the 2 decks that I random when I play Magic.
Yeah.
Those are just the 2.
It's okay.
I don't know. They must have patched the game because they saw our series and they were like.
Oh.
I was actually seeing. Did you guys see that Edmund McMillan designed a Magic card that's actually going to be in the new set?
Oh, nice.
Weird.
That's cool. By the way,
Yeah.
Rob, me too.
Aha! Masks of Demir party. High five.
Masks of Demir party. Dimitri Demir.
I thought when you said
are
me
you
too,
supposed
you
to
said
say-
you also designed a magic card. That would have been pretty sweet.
Yeah, that would have been really sweet.
Yeah. It's just a blank color is all it is. This is about as far as my artistic integrity goes.
All right. I'm doing this as like in good faith that you also won't make me discard cards, Austin, because you have Masks of Demir. That's because I was thinking, I was like, I could make Austin discard a card, but he probably is just gonna play a card next time that makes me discard a card. So really, it's like a knife fight because nobody wins really in a
Nobody
knife
wins in a knife fight.
fight. Everybody
The
just gets
knife
cut. Yeah, the knife wins. That's true.
So
But-
I'm the one without the knife, so that's why I get cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
We just kind of threw our knives up into the air and they just landed nearby, so it's dangerous.
That's like whenever I see that happen in like in those videos of like in some countries where they great victory and they shoot their AK-47s into the air. It's like that's a really bad idea. Those are bullets and they are gonna come back down. They don't like stick. They don't go into space. It's a really bad idea, especially when it's like hundreds of people firing literally hundreds of rounds. I've seen them unplug their clip and plug a new one in and fire that clip out. So like that is a really bad idea. I don't know, man.
That was in some movie actually that I saw, and I think this dude was getting driven in a taxi, and one of the bullets just like killed the driver of the taxi.
Oh Jesus, that's horrifying.
Or he was like in the. I
Yeah.
don't remember what. It was somebody in the car died because of one of those bullets just randomly killed him, and nobody knew, and he's just dead. And that was the end of that.
That is
Well.
a disaster.
That sounds terrible.
I don't remember what
Sounds like
movie it
something that's
was. I think it was one of those times I was just flipping through channels on TV and it was just on, and I didn't know ever what the title was. I never bothered to look, and I never finished watching it either. So, yeah, movies
Yeah.
passing in the night.
Movies
Yeah, I
passing
get
in
you.
the night.
Yeah. No, yeah. It just seems like really short-sighted. Like immediately short-sighted. Like so short-sighted that it's you are only thinking about the very moment that you are firing your gun, and really not even that far. Like it seems.
Yeah, why don't you just like shoot it into the ground? This is a lot safer.
Well, no, that's
They
a really
ricochet,
bad
though.
idea. Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
ricochet bullets all over the place.
Let's shoot it into the sand. There you go. That's fine. Would they still ricochet if you shot it into the sand? I don't know why I put
Yeah.
weird emphasis on the into ricochet, but
Would they still ricochet? Yeah, no, they would. The bullets still ricochet. I mean, unless you shoot it into like a really big, like it depends on where you shoot it into the sand. Like if it's a big mound of sand and you shoot it right into the center of the mound, then it probably won't. It's like I guess like sandbags,
Let's
kinda
just
thing.
not shoot bullets in Celebration unless it's like in games or something.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
those bullets never come back down. Wonder where they go.
Celebrations
They just
involving
despawn.
bullets. Just a bad idea.
I like to think that all the bullets that are shot into the air in video games keep traveling to this magical land where all the bullets come together and form like a giant metal planet of
Oh
Couple
wow,
frames.
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, that actually does sound pretty
Do you
sweet.
think the majority of bullets in video games at this point are actually modeled bullets, or do you think there's still just like a hit scan, like just checks?
Most of them are hit scan actually. Like a lot of games just still run like hit scan
Right.
stuff.
I know
Like, I
Max
think
Payne
Call of
was
Duty
really
is
proud
all-
of that. Like they actually modeled the actual
projectiles?
bullets. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know what's actually kind of amazing? You know what game actually uses real projectiles for their bullets and just other
Don't say
projectiles?
Counter-Strike.
No, the Total War games.
That's surprising.
More like
I know,
Total
right?
War, am I
It
right?
seems like, yeah, no, but it seems like you guys probably could totally get away with not having real projectiles, and it would probably make your game run a lot better for most.
Where do they get all the damn processing power? Those games are crazy already.
I know, it's amazing. Like, I don't know, they've been doing it since like I think since Medieval 2 Total War they've been running projectiles. It might have been Empire that they started doing it, but yeah. It's insane. It's crazy that they actually do that, and they actually have real projectiles. So, pretty craziness.
Well, if they're medieval though,
Yeah.
they're not probably shooting bullets. What are they shooting? Blunderbusses?
Arrows.
Arrows?
Oh, and some of the things had bullets. Some of the players
Right.
or units. So
I was just thinking what it would be like to put a Max Payne mod into something like that with his squinched up face and like freeze time and then just dodge all the arrows.
that'd be pretty cool.
Why could he do that again? Was it because he was on drugs or something?
That's probably drugs.
I think in Max Payne 3 they tried to
drunk in that one.
explain it. Yeah, they tried to explain it with lore, but in like Max Payne 1 and 2 it was just like, yeah, this is just a cool game.
Just a game
where she's-
convention.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, it's just cool. Like, it's just cool that we can do this, so we're doing it.
All
Suck
right,
it,
I can
basically.
respect that. That's cool.
Good. So I have my kitten
Yeah.
on my lap, and he is just fighting the shit out of me right now. I don't really know why.
That's sad.
Watch
No,
those
it's awesome.
needles. He's gonna get your leg.
Actually, to that point though, like games that like try way too hard to explain all of the game mechanics in the lore, just sometimes they just go too far. I think a good example is like the Assassin's Creed series. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. You want to make it totally real and stuff, but I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, he can see through walls and stuff. Yeah, okay, cool. That's it. You don't need to explain it. I don't need to know why you can see. That's fine. That's cool. I can live with that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying when they try to make that bullshit explanation, like, oh, it's the telepathy of the neutrons inside of the atoms. They shine red when you look at them specifically.
Right.
In a way.
Yeah, it's
Well,
weird.
I don't know.
like I would say that I probably agree with you because if you're gonna go that far and you want to make everything real, then make it just real across the board. Because you can't still have this argument and have the dudes from Assassin's Creed be jumping off the tops of buildings into haystacks.
Just gonna say that. Like,
it doesn't fucking make sense.
Like, that's not
Yeah,
even like
exactly.
you can
That's-
explain. Like, you can't explain that. That's just straight up like.
It's
not-
hypocrisy at that point.
I know that's exactly like that's the it's like half-assed because that's like also whenever people argue for how encumbrance in video games is fun or like it's a fine mechanic, like in Skyrim or something, where like people are like, yeah, no, it's fine that you can't you get over encumbered and stuff, and it's like, no, that's so fucking dumb because you can't even say that it's because of realism because no realistic person would be carrying 100 fucking swords anyway, no matter what your weight limit is. It's either you go all the way where I can carry one sword
Right.
and one thing, or you just let me carry as much as I want. Like like why does it matter? Why does it matter that I have to spend a bunch of time doing inventory management? Inventory management is like the least fun thing in video games, I think, personally.
I actually
And it's
kind of
still
like
in
it
the game.
sometimes.
If it's done right.
If it's done well, then it can be, but like usually it's not.
Yeah, it's rarely done well. And most of the time, it's just obnoxious. Like,
Yeah, it's just a
I don't think I've actually ever really even seen an inventory system that works properly.
I think Dark Souls did it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't like Dark Souls because I honestly get annoyed scrolling through it, and it
Yeah,
just,
scrolling through it is really annoying, and there's no way to sort, which is kind of whack. But
Well,
beyond that, though, like it's nice because I don't really have to worry about having too many things, and I can just get whatever I want whenever I want, which is kind of nice. But yeah,
if you want
I
to
don't know.
sort it, that's what the item box was for. You're supposed to empty out your inventory to an item box so it's at least not with you all the time.
Yeah, I know, but again, that's just really boring to me.
Really?
no. Yes.
You've revealed his whole hand. Oh no! You know what that means?
So you're gonna
No.
beat me up with your fucking flyer and I don't have anything in my hand to even try and make a plan toward it.
No.
Man, magic's really unfair sometimes. You just don't get shit.
It is, yeah. Sometimes that happens.
So this is why if we had a fourth player, you guys would have been worried about that person potentially, and maybe wouldn't be attacking me every turn.
Well, I'm not attacking you, so
Taste the salt.
you have that going for you.
Yeah.
So you guys been watching SGDQ lately?
I haven't actually. I've been quite busy.
That's surprising that you haven't.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I watch so much of AGDQ. I kind of got my fill, and SGDQ is kind of like the AGDQ light.
Right.
And there's a lot. The games are a lot less high profile, and
Are they?
It's
I didn't really look at the whole schedule.
yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot less of the higher games because the thing that they what they do is that they have such a limited time for all these games that if the game was at AGDQ, it's probably not going to be at SGQ unless it's like a short popular game like Meat Boy or something like that. So
2-hour
That's
run.
funny that you mentioned Meat Boy.
I saw the Twitter thing. Was there shenanigans with that?
There's a little
Oh,
shenaniganry, yeah. So the guy, Matty Ice, that was doing the 106%, yeah, that's his name, 106% run, was having a lot of problems because of issues that I thought were because of frame rate inconsistency, because they actually seemed like the same issues that I'd run into in my exploits trying to stream it. Jesus Christ, are you really killing that now? What are you doing?
Sending it
Putting
back to your
on
hand.
your.
Oh my god. This is so frustrating.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, he just kept screwing up in like a lot of ways that chat would have had him basically crucified for. Because everyone who's ever watched anyone play anything on Twitch is apparently better than that person and can judge them immediately.
Yeah.
And it was
Always.
descending into a spiral of goddamn chaos and insanity, and I really wanted to slap a lot of them because it was getting really stupid. And then, like, halfway through his run, he encountered a level where there was an upward conveyor belt, and he was trying to eject himself from that conveyor belt, and it simply wouldn't let him. And chat was convinced that he was just so incompetent that even having beaten this game hundreds of times potentially, he still couldn't beat this one level ever again, apparently. So, yeah, they went and found out that it was actually a driver issue, and then they went and fixed the driver issue, and then he could beat it. And then Chad got to eat humble pie, because they can shut the fuck up at that point.
No, Chad never eats the humble pie, though.
They really don't.
They're like little children. You can hold the humble pie in front of their face, and they'll be like, no. Turning their head like, no, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
That's Twitch chat.
Yeah.
Well, it was
so that
just
card, Rob, I don't
really
like it.
Yeah. No, it's pretty shitty.
Yeah, like I really don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a fair thing
Nick,
to not
you wanna not like Rob's card with me for a turn?
I don't care, man. You're gonna kill me in like 2 turns anyway.
No, I'm gonna let's do a little
You really
Exiled my
wanna...
one card that I had a chance to get better with.
let's do some Rob hunting, if you know what I mean.
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
you're gonna listen to the guy. Yeah, exactly. You've just been fucking nailing on him for a while. I don't think he's gonna be down for that.
No, I mean, you can just attack him and then I'll attack you if that's what you want to do.
Oh, what? You lagged there.
Oh, I said you can just attack Rob if you want to, like, use all your creatures and tap them, and then you'll be open and I'll attack you, if that's what you want.
This is not
Yeah,
nice.
that's good.
Well,
Down
but
for that. All right, Austin, you really want to start this game?
Nick's almost dead, and you're gonna do the dirty work. I don't look, man. Look, man.
Apparently you're gonna do some dirty work.
I can't even really attack you with that much now because
You're
Nick
like
doesn't.
Mike Rowe now.
Giving you a chance, Nick. Even if I die, Rob's gonna get you. He's gonna
Alright.
get you. You gotta not hold grudges in this game. Yeah, do what you gotta do to win, man. And that the move there is to attack Rob. That's the way to win.
I don't know if that's actually true.
That's the way to not lose.
I love that you have 2 4/4 flyers out now.
Yeah, they're eating away at my health though. I'm in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm in a lot of trouble because I couldn't kill you fast enough before Rob got his 6/6 out, so now I have to worry about both of you because Rob wants to win and you want dead.
You could have made a few less enemies, and then maybe this wouldn't have been such a
I'm
conundrum.
just trying to win, man. That's
I know.
all. That's all. You had to.
You know, politics are like 69% of the battle.
Yeah.
It's true.
And the other Super Bowl 48% is just strong play.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't add up properly, but I'll just.
Oh
take your
no,
word
it
for
does. It does.
It does.
It MS DOS.
It MS DOS.
It might be the
MS
dumbest joke I've ever
That's
made.
actually
Box.
pretty good. I kind of like that.
But yeah, what were we just saying? We were just talking about something before Austin tried to.
SGDQ. I mentioned SGDQ.
Oh right, yeah, and
See,
yeah, I felt bad.
SGDQ was-
He was
Oh.
he was also being a little bit angry, and it was kind of like ooh.
He wasn't helping
This
his
is-
cause any. Yeah.
He was, yeah. It was not looking. It got real awkward real quick.
I guess you gotta say though, he's in front of thousands of people and everything is going horrible.
Yes.
So.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I
mean,
agree.
Like, I would not want to. I would not want to deal with that at all. Like, I was in no way envious of that man's position. Yeah, I mean, choking in front of, like, even if it's not his fault, but, like, he's still choking in front of, like, 75,000 people. I can't even.
Yeah.
I
I
can't even
remember
imagine.
when I was doing a race, the Twilight Princess race, and it was a big showcase race, and I had more viewers than I'd had before, and it was money on, like, it was like I think $100 if you won. So I started doing really poorly, and it got to me, man. It was stressful.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I actually ended up about halfway through. I just turned my mic off because I realized I was being too salty.
Yeah.
There was just people in the chat that were like, hey, I can play this level, or I can play the game better than this guy can. I'm like, okay, you can play this level better than he can, but he's doing like 300 levels in sequence, all with advanced strats, trying to do as well as he can, with the pressure of 75,000 people making fun of him right now. So suck a dick, and if you're that freaking good, go make a YouTube video, and I'll go vote it up then.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, Twitch chat has gotten so it's weird because like if you would have asked me like 2 or 3 months ago how if Twitch chat could have gotten worse, I would have been no. Like Twitch chat is as worse as it'll ever be now. And 2 and 3 months later, it's gotten worse. Like I don't even know how, but it has.
Yeah. It's once it gets a bigger audience, it's gonna get worse and worse. Like that's just how it's gonna. Just how it's gonna be.
There's like 10 solid
basically.
minutes where all there was just kappas. Like, with no context. No one was doing it for any reason, just other than let's just make the chat unusable for anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't even understand why it wasn't
Yeah.
in slow mode with 75,000 people. That's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It
It's
did a lot of
unfortunate.
things to me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do some damage before I get kerplunked.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of dug my own grave here, so just trying to.
Yes. Sorry if I come off too salty. I'm just like kind of
No,
defensive
that would
about
make me
people
salty
being
too,
assholes
yeah.
to somebody that's like trying to do their best under really awful circumstances. And then like they revealed that he was actually hamstrung by a thing that had nothing to do with his actual fault, and then people still were talking shit about him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty sad.
Man,
That was a sad day.
Yeah.
And who's gonna really be the one at the end of the day that has to, bear that burden? It's gonna be him that's gonna be pissed at himself for not doing well. So
Yeah.
like, just cut him a fucking
You're gonna
break.
be really disappointed, Rob.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Oh, well. It's too bad I can't exile all of your lands.
Yeah, that would suck.
That would be really broken if I could do that.
But yeah, SGQ overall is still really cool, doing stuff for charity. I don't think people give enough credit to them. AGDQ raised $1 million last year.
I know.
Like that,
Yeah, it's
that
pretty
is
crazy.
unbelievable.
This is partially why I'm so frustrated, because in theory, the community should be fucking fabulous. The speedrunning community is great, and it's raising charity, and we're all gathered together watching a bunch of games we love, so why do we have to be dicks to each other?
Yeah.
Nothing about that equation says let's be dicks. Like, all of those things say let's just be friends. Let's have a good time.
Why can't we be friends?
Right?
Why can't we be friends?
Why can't we be? Yeah. Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh no,
Why?
that's it.
Why?
Oh, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, I know.
Why can't we be friends? Like in an overarching sense. Why is everyone gonna be such an asshole?
It's just a contest to see who's got the wittiest response to everything possible, and the only thing that the internet values is cynicism and negativity. So they all just slap each other on the back for figuring out how to write Kappa 5,000 times.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's basically just a big negative circle jerk in there. I don't even like to say that very often, but in that case, I think it's true.
It totally is, yeah.
It really is.
It totally is.
I am boned.
Yeah, you're not in a good place.
Funny how
No.
things go, huh?
Hey, man. If you would have helped me kill Rob, we would have been in a better spot right now.
think
Can't
so?
I go? Actually, you're in pretty good spots, so never mind.
Yeah, I don't think Nick's in a very dangerous position.
So why were you attacking me there, Rob?
Because you started destroying me and I couldn't do. You literally could have killed Nick, but instead you decided to stop your onslaught and discard half my hand and attack me 3 turns in a row. So like it's like I'm gonna defend myself if you're gonna keep doing
Well, he
that.
probably felt bad that he was attacking me so many times.
I guess, yeah.
I feel bad for you, Nick, so I'm just gonna do this.
Wow, you're gonna make me discard.
Discard your last
Well,
card.
This is pretty funny.
Now I could actually have gotten rid of some cards and I wouldn't have minded as much.
I'm gonna draw a card and then I'm gonna die. Oh, that would have been great last turn.
There could still be something in your deck, right? You have 11 health. You're not dead yet.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. I mean, maybe there's a shot. There's a shot in the dark.
I mean, if I went all in on you, I think I'd probably kill you in one shot.
Oh,
but
no, for sure.
that
Like,
would leave me open to
absolutely.
being instant killed by Rob,
Oh,
obviously.
that's
so
true.
it's
So I
kind of
guess I
a
do
bad
have a
idea.
little bit of. I have a bit of a buffer. That's right.
Unlike last game where like that didn't matter and people just chose to die for no reason because they didn't see the strategy 2 turns ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, my land.
My Lanta.
My land.
That's what I thought that as well. We're all of like minds, friends. Oh, great, yeah.
You can't think, oh my la, and then not finish with Anta. It's just really difficult to.
Little Anta.
Yeah.
Good old Anta.
Good old Lanta.
Related to Santa.
Ant Lanta.
Lanta.
Aunt
Related to
Lanta,
Santa.
the relative of Santa.
Bubbly, bubbly, bubble, bubbly, bubbly, bubble, bubble, bubbly, bubbly.
I went back and watched that video like 4
It's
times.
really funny.
And every time you said Ooze Master, Moose Master.
Who's master?
Ooze Master! I am the Ooze Master! I shall strike you down.
Ooze Monster. I laughed. I couldn't handle
Yeah. This is real good.
It's weird because I knew it was coming every time I clicked the play button, and it still got me.
Yeah.
Listening back to it, I actually didn't really understand why it was as funny at the time as it actually was. It was just one of those things like we were all in a weird, goofy mood, I guess.
Well, the thing is that it was like this building, like it was like Ooze Monster, Ooze Monster, ooh. It was like unexpected because it was
Right.
so emphasized.
Yeah.
It sounded like you were actually laughing too. Like I was
Oh,
serious.
I was.
You were laughing.
It was
and
a
still trying to
coincidence
do it.
that I laughed as hard as I did at the moment I chose to say Ooze Monster. So it just worked out really well. By the way, if you don't know what the hell we're talking about, because you probably don't, since you may not have seen the video, we actually recorded an episode of the Yog on Rob's channel with Malls and us 3. So you should go watch that, and I'll try and remember to put
It's-
the link in the description for you.
Full of
You know, you
goodness.
can kill Austin right now, by the way,
No,
Nick.
you can't because you're out of time.
Yeah.
No, I didn't really want to.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, no, you could go see it. It was really fun. It was very enjoyable.
That was one of my favorite Yog recordings.
The Yog is a good game. It's a fun time.
I had to make my own entertainment because I've seen all the permutations in that game at this point, so it's like I just got to be stupid about it, and it's just way more fun that way.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I
that's
still won the
reasonable.
game, even having gone to the tavern every single time for the entire game.
Even having gone home.
Yeah, for $3.
You actually were like the strongest character.
I
and
know.
you had
I
gone
made
to
no
the-
decisions. I just went to the tavern and drank every single time.
That happened.
That was
quite
pretty funny.
a few times.
Yep.
Drinking
Those-
OP, please nerf.
Yeah, really. Oh, really?
It's just funny to me. That's the
You
only
are
reason.
narrow.
fucking asshole.
It's the only reason.
You are a butthole. You are the hole of a butt.
The entire
Oh.
thing.
All of it. Every
Yep, the whole
piece.
thing.
Every little thing that she does is magic.
It's a
true.
brown-eyed girl.
Nice.
Everything he does is a brown-eyed girl.
Sha la 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 la.
And that's all we're allowed to say.
Austin told
Yep.
me not to
Love
ruin
that
that
song.
song for him one time, so now I'm gonna just do my best to make sure he associates that with assholes.
I enjoy that song a lot. It's a good song.
It's a song about a butthole.
It's about a girl he loved in the past, and he
It's a
cashed
butthole
man
song.
back, my lord.
This is basically a butthole song.
Yeah, it's pretty much a butthole song, is what it is.
I was making love in the green grass behind the stadium with you, my brown-eyed girl.
That puts a whole new spin on that.
Yeah.
Puts a whole new.
They're slipping and sliding at the waterfall, all along the waterfall.
Is that what?
Yeah, why are they
oh,
hanging
okay.
out near a waterfall? And they're also using a CB radio at one point, aren't they?
Yeah, no,
On
they're
deep
gunning
episodes.
down the old man with a transistor radio.
What?
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
gunning down an old man.
Gunning down the old man with the transistor.
That's awful.
They probably put some like gunpowder in it and then just lit it, gunned him down
They
with all the shrapnel.
killed an
And then
old
they sing
man.
about it. Sha-la-la-la-la.
Yeah, it's horrifying. It's really a terrifying song, honestly, when you think about
Wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna die to my own
Really,
creature.
really is an asshole song. It's like the asshole's anthem.
It's like the
assholes
it.
and
Anthem. It's like the Antlers for Assholes, the movie,
the movie, the man movie.
the man movie.
Can I get another land, please? Oh, that's not
What
land.
you're talking about?
I don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't
I-
even know what I'm talking about.
I can do a thing. I don't really want to. You know what I will do, though? I will... but... Actually, this is hilarious. I am going to do this.
How many more
Yeah,
days of
do
the
something to me.
Steam sale are left? Is it almost over yet?
You know, Austin, you literally had a chance to win the game, and then you decided instead to shoot yourself and me in the foot. Those are your choices, and you wonder why I hold grudges against.
I
you.
made a couple of mistakes.
Oh no, which card should I discard? Why does it
The
ask?
land. You should discard the land.
Oh, it's
Nice!
good thinking, since it was my only card.
Sensei only card.
Sensei.
Sensei only.
Sensei only.
Senseianly.
Sensationally. Rob, you're gonna die to yours too.
Yeah, no, I
Not
am.
to do anything. We're just gonna fucking die.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make it easy.
Oh, don't do that.
I'm gonna make sure that Austin is dead. And,
What a fun ruiner.
yeah,
what a
but
ruiner of
I'm the
fun.
fun ruiner.
Yeah,
You shot yourself in the foot and me.
It's a
instead
good
of trying
game.
to win.
It's a fun, enjoyable game, and now you're gonna sacrifice yourself to make it end faster,
That's
so the
so
viewers
silly.
have less to watch.
I am sacrificing myself in order to make sure that you lose and Nick doesn't decide to kill me instead of you.
Doesn't really matter.
I was having fun.
I didn't actually have I didn't have a way to kill Nick. He had to. If he had one less.
Well, maybe
flying
if you could
creature-
put grudges aside and team up with me.
Yeah, oh yeah. Oh yeah. But if he had one less flyer, I actually would have killed Nick a long time ago. But he had 2 flyers.
Oh, I could have killed.
He
You
had-
should have told me that.
Yeah, no, I know, but you know. Yeah, I would have like if he had one less flyer, I would have actually killed Nick.
Yeah,
to
you
be
had 3
honest.
players that were 4/4, so yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do anything, unfortunately.
Well, if you would have done
I
that,
have
then
such synergy now.
Yeah,
Drawing cards out the ass now. It's great.
I'm gonna million.
Austin could have killed you, and he decided not to.
I was worried about you. I had to switch my word because you had that 6/6. You would have started stealing my cards.
You had 2 lands in your hand.
No, that card steal was it from the hand?
Yes, it's from the hand.
Oh. the
Cards
land-
from the hand, and
the-
you're to
Hand
blame.
from the hand.
You had 2 lands in your hand, so I was like, oh, whatever. Like that's why I attacked you with it and let you
I thought
kill your
that was the
creatures on it.
graveyard or the deck one or whatever. Because there's one that like
Yeah.
Tell me
play
how
a
much
random
damage I
card
did.
from enemy's deck, and it's like okay.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that game though. I got a laugh out of it.
Oh, that's good.
We should invite Edmund McMillan onto one of these.
Yes.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I thought about that too, actually.
All about his does he play Magic?
Oh, he's a
Yeah,
huge Magic enthusiast, yeah.
I said earlier in the episode he designed a new Magic card that's going to be in the new set.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure our audience wouldn't enjoy having Edmund McMillan on the channel, though.
You guys
Oh yeah, they hate him.
They really
I
do.
know, not a big
I think he's
fan.
the worst.
Everybody really dislikes Edmund.
made
Jones.
this
He's
really
caused a lot of problems in the indie community lately. So.
Yeah.
There's also
yeah.
like a huge asshole indie game, the movie. You
Oh,
know?
and all
yeah.
those tweets he was putting out.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. He
man.
said that YouTubers should give their money to
Yeah.
developers. That was just the
Yeah,
worst.
that was weird when he said that.
Yeah, and then deleted his Twitter.
Deleted his Twitter account.
Yeah.
Yeah. And canceled Rebirth.
He keeps
Like,
doing that
time.
every day.
He keeps I know he keeps canceling Rebirth and then
And yet he keeps sending
uncanceling.
me all these beta versions that I don't play.
I know. I've like my email is
I
filled.
just
I've got like
keep
40
throwing 'em
different
away.
beta versions of like what do I need these for, Edmund McMillan?
I keep trying to
don't
put him
wanna
on the
play
Steam Community
shit
Workshop. I'm like, do you guys want to buy this? No? Oh, okay. I'll just
Yeah,
delete it
no
then.
one wants it. Not
I put
even
it on sale on the market for like 4 cents. I couldn't even get it.
Nobody wants it. Yeah,
They wanted
nobody even wants to touch that shitty ass game.
Yeah.
So, that's
So on a count of hands, how many people actually took us seriously there? Because I want to know.
There's one angry ass person.
There's got to be one guy who was like, "Man, I didn't know Ed Mills."
I was halfway through my paragraph when you spoiled the joke.
Oh god, I wish I got a fucking code for Rebirth. That would be like the greatest thing. It looks so fucking
There
good.
are no codes for Rebirth. Don't say
The
that.
game's
I know it's canceled.
never coming out.
Seriously though, like, have you guys been watching his like all the blog posts and stuff?
When they're
on
now,
and
I
off.
forgot this last Sunday. as well.
There's a new one.
Yeah, they just every Sunday.
It's great. Actually, he talks about the magic card that he designed in it, and it looks pretty cool. It's a cool card.
Oh yeah, he said I got to help design the man. Oh, there it is. Cruel
Yeah.
sadist. Pay
Yep,
1
cruel
life,
sadist.
put a 1/1 counter on a cruel sadist. Remove X 1 counters from cruel sadist. Cruel sadist deals X damage to target creature. Huh.
Oh, so
Yeah,
X really
it's
can
pretty
give
cool.
it to you. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah, X will give it to you. He will give it to you and your friends.
All your friends.
All of your friends will have it given to them
Yes.
by X.
Yes.
Whatever happened to DMX? Is he dead?
DMX, he's having a party.
You're probably right, honestly.
I don't think he's recorded anything for a while. I think he might be in jail.
Yeah, I mean that's not surprising.
Let's be honest, if he's in jail, he's probably having a party in jail.
I don't know.
He did talk about like murdering people a lot.
I don't mean that like I wasn't trying to say that like as a racist statement. Like I just thought I heard that he was in jail.
I don't think anybody took it as a racist.
No, I hope not. You gotta say that because
I mean-
everybody always goes there all the time.
Yeah.
Um,
No, it's not a racist. I mean, he makes songs about killing people and like having blood on his penis. So like,
Really?
you know, like
His songs
yeah.
about having blood on his
What
penis.
kind of context is that in? Like, I don't
This
understand.
is I got blood on my dick because I fucked a horse or something. I think is
'Cause
what
I
Is
it
that
fucked
really
a
how
pregnant
the lyric
chick.
goes?
No, it would be a
Yeah.
pregnant chick. That wouldn't even
I
work.
got what does he say?
That's
Hold on, I'm
Mung
gonna look this up.
Austin.
I got blood on my
You're
dick.
googling. I got blood on my dick right now.
See,
You
the
got
only
blood on-
song about
This better not be on your OBS.
Oh, okay, no, yeah, okay. So here's the line. I got blood on my hands, and there's no remorse. So he not only has he murdered people, doesn't really care. It's like
But it's not on his dick at all.
No, well, okay, but no. But here's the next line. I got blood on my dick because I fucked a corpse.
Oh,
What?
So, yeah, that's the second line.
That doesn't even rhyme with remorse.
No, not really.
That's
I mean, it
actually
kinda
what I'm
does.
concerned about.
I got blood on my hands and there's no remorse. I got blood on my dick. I always thought he said because I fucked a horse. That's what I always took it as.
What?
Yeah.
That is like the least likely area you're gonna get blood from. I don't know.
Well, I mean, maybe it was like a reflect, like a really like a line that you have to really think about because like he's saying that he has such a large penis that he would make a horse's vagina bleed.
Mhm.
That's how big his penis is.
Well, horses
know,
still have
but instead-
periods too, right? Maybe he was just, picked a bad day.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he could just be fucking a horse on its period. That's a possibility too. But in the end, it was because he had sex with a corpse.
What the fuck are we
So,
talking?
yeah.
Who DMX?
And then the
fictionally
next
had
line I
sex
read out loud because it has a lot of N-words in it. It's like
Okay.
I think there's 3 words N-word, 3 words N-word, and I think there's another 3 words and an N-word. So like,
All right, now that we
Yeah.
got the math done, I think that's
yeah,
good,
that's a good place to end it on fucking corpses. So X is gonna give it to you, and he's probably gonna kill you. He's gonna have no remorse, and then he's gonna fuck your body, and then for some reason, like whatever he's going to have sex with is gonna be bloody. Like which implies
yeah.
the way that he killed the person.
Yeah,
is
like
really-
even if you killed someone and like did you just cut a hole in their butt or something? I don't know. Like,
a
that's
hole
possible.
in their butt. They
but
already
that's
have a
what's
hole
the
in
thing
their butt.
is that after a certain point, if you're dead, you don't bleed anymore, right?
Yeah. Well, no. I think you still bleed.
It's, doesn't still blood eventually all coagulate?
I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, yeah, but I mean, I don't think he's clarified over how long he's.
You can go grab like a drink or something
Right.
before. Like,
I mean,
alright,
I would assume
I-
like if he's
X.
already got blood on his hands,
a nice.
you know, like I don't think he would have waited like a week to clean off his hands. Although, I mean, like the next line is "I'm a nasty N-word," so like maybe he spent like 2 weeks with the blood on his hands, and
Nasty.
then he finally decided to have sex with the
Jesus.
corpse. Yeah.
And at what point did he fuck the horse in that time period? Was it right then?
You know what? Maybe he just had the horse in his house and he was just doing that all throughout the whole series of events, really.
There's a whole new meaning to riding a horse.
Yeah. He
Pretty
rode
awful.
the shit out of that horse. But yeah, and that's DMX for you. So I actually really like reading out rap lyrics slowly.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it's very enjoyable to me.
You should
Mike
whisper them
Sanford.
all night. Just
Big up,
whisper them.
big up. It's a stick up. And I'm shooting N-words quick if you hiccup. Don't let me fill
Wait,
my
wait,
clip
wait.
up in your back and headpiece.
Why are they
Because the
hiccuping?
opposite of peace. Well, no, that's why he's shooting them, is because they're hiccuping. He doesn't like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the opposite of peace is sending Mom Dukes a reef.
Is
So,
she like hate Christmas or something? I don't understand.
well, I mean, it's like what you put on a casket, like a wreath.
Oh, I thought she just
Yeah.
like really not a fan
Aretha
of Christmas.
Franklin.
Yeah. You're talking
Hey.
to the robbery expert. Step into your wake with your blood on my shirt.
Not on his dick though. It's not the blood.
No,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
It's your
Biggie
wake.
never had sex with corpses. He's
Alright, that's good.
he's going to wear the shirt that he killed you in to your wake. So
That is rude.
what's the next line?
That's
Step
pretty
into your
good.
wake with your blood on my shirt. Don't be a jerk and get shot over being resistant. Because when I
Don't
lick
be a
shots,
jerk and just go get shot. Like, what are you gonna?
because
Come
when
on.
I lick shots, that shit is persistent.
Was the
Goodness gracious, the papers. Where the cash at? Where the stash at? N-word past that. Before you get your grave dug from the main thug. 357 slug.
That's pretty smart.
Yep.
Was the
a
implication that he would shoot you for being resistant to him shooting you?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think the implication there is that he doesn't want to, like, he says, don't get yourself shot if I'm robbing you. Just give me the stuff that, you know, I'm asking for you to give me, and don't be resistant, otherwise I'm going to shoot you. So,
That's mean.
I thought
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
already killed you before he shot you again. So I was
Yeah,
thinking
aren't you,
that
like,
he was shooting you before he shot you.
I think he was implying that that's what he would do. He would step into
Oh,
your
it's all
wake
out of
with-
sequence like Pulp Fiction.
Right. Yes, exactly. It's a it's
Tarantino
Biggie
movie.
actually speaking like to that point though, like Ready to Die, which is the album that Gimme the Loot is off of, is a really good album because it tells a story. Like it starts with Biggie's birth and it ends with Biggie's death, where he kills himself. So
But he didn't
It's really good.
actually.
no, he didn't actually kill himself. He got shot. Presumably by Tupac thugs? Maybe? Maybe not.
It's so
Who
sad. They
knows?
could have rapped together. Instead, they had to die.
They did. They did rap together for a time, and then, you know, apparently, then Tupac fucked Biggie's girl.
You
after,
don't fuck Biggie's girl, man.
Yeah, he fucked Biggie's girl, and then also Tupac got shot, and he thought that Biggie did it because Biggie just came out with a song like right afterwards called "Who Shot Ya," which you know seems
Wow.
like, yeah, I mean, like if you like. Honestly, Tupac should have perhaps a little bit more faith in Biggie Smalls in that he wouldn't be so obvious about, like... And also, he should probably know that, like, it takes a while for a song to go from production into, you know, being released.
Right, well,
You
I don't
know
know
what I
why
mean?
he
Like-
would know that as a rap artist himself.
Yeah, right, exactly, yeah. So that was the whole East Coast,
That's
West Coast beef.
sad.
Also, East Coast for life, just saying.
Beast
Put that
Coast,
out there.
actually.
Yeah, Beast Coast. East Coast is the Beast Coast.
West
like the
Coast is
Beast Coast.
stressed coast.
Yeah,
They're
very
always
stressed. I mean,
stressed out.
Tupac was really stressed by the end of his life, so You know,
Well,
that's the
because he's
thing.
having all
I
that
never really
illicit
liked
sex
Tupac.
with people that he shouldn't have been having. That's his own fault, really.
Well, not only that, like the thing about Tupac, and I'm not gonna go too far into this,
No,
but
go.
the thing I don't like about Tupac is he was such a fucking hypocrite, because like he rapped, he got really popular about rapping about killing people, and then and being a thug, right? And then he even has like thug life tattooed on his fucking chest, and then he starts rapping about how like, you know, we shouldn't kill each other, guys. This is a really bad idea. We should work together and try to be good people instead of doing all this really awful shit and being products of our environment, because that's what everybody wants us to be, and we shouldn't be that. And it's like, wow, Tupac, that's a really good message. I can appreciate that you're trying to turn around. And then the whole East Coast West Coast beef comes down, and he talks about how he's gonna kill every single East Coast rapper in the song. I forget the name of the song. Yeah, but he's like he literally he's like Bad Boy Entertainment, fuck you too, Mob Deep, fuck you. Like they weren't even part of it. He was just like every East Coast rapper he named them. He's like I'll kill all you motherfuckers. And it's like, Tupac, like you were just rapping about how we shouldn't kill each other and, you know, let bygones be bygones and shit like that.
So he's
and
basically
then
like the Optimus Prime of rappers. He's
pretty much. And you know, that's why I appreciate Biggie more, because he was always just like, yeah, I robbed people and I've killed people and I'm a fucked up dude. I won't deny it. I'm not cool. Like, he raps about like how he thinks his mother doesn't love him and nobody actually really likes him, and he's only like because of his money. Yeah, right. And like he was never like, hey, we should stop killing each other. He was like, yeah, I mean that's just fucking life. We just kill people. You know, fuck it.
It's really not
That's
though.
horrible.
Well, that was his life, in fairness.
Yeah.
Like,
Why glorify any of that shit?
Well, I mean, he grew up in Bed-Stuy. That was just kind of a common thing, and you know, rapping is just sort of at that era. It's just sort of a way to be strong or hard or whatever. So, but yeah, now rap is about whatever, I guess.
You would think that they would have taken that opportunity to, at the very least, sort of reinforce that this platform is their option, that they can sort of make it publicly known that maybe they have this stance, but they don't really believe it. You know, it's all for show, it's all for entertainment. But then people actually die. And that's when that line is obviously crossed. It's like, why can't we just keep this being silly, like, off in fantasy realm? So if somebody says, I'm going to shoot all the people in whatever entertainment, you know, it's just a joke. You know, we're not serious.
Yeah. Well, I think part of the thing is that, like, it wasn't for a lot of them. Like, a lot of the people that came out of gangster rap were actually just gangsters and stuff. Like, they were just criminals who actually, like, their sound happened to be popular for a time because they were talking about, I mean, like, gangster rap is sort of an extension of the blues, like a lot of things. I mean, I think a lot of music comes out of the blues, and it's sort of that as well. I mean, it's not terribly different from, like, you know, Johnny Cash and stuff talking about being in jail and stuff when they hadn't at the time. You know, being bad is cool. And in this particular case, in gangster rap, a lot of the gangster rappers actually weren't lying, and a lot of that shit holds over, you know, and you get kind of tied into that criminal life and stuff, and it's hard to break those chains.
Just to clarify for the comments that are about to come, I'm pretty sure he wasn't saying directly comparing the sound of Johnny Cash to gangster rap. I think he was making a bigger statement about the ideology behind it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, music is music either way, but yeah.
Somebody
You heard it
just
here
looked
first,
up and
guys.
was like,
Johnny Cash is basically Tupac.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I said, is that like a rap it was birthed in the same era that reggae and punk rock were birthed in. And in fact, the early rappers hung out with a lot of the kids that did punk rock as well, because it kind of came around the same time as like the Vietnam War, where everybody was kind of pissed off, but they didn't really have an outlet to do anything about it. Now, gangster rap started around in the early 90s with NWA and stuff, where it became a little bit more hardcore, because around that time, before then, it was more political rap or socially conscious rap, or you know, more like rap battle-esque rap, when like how it kind of started in the 70s. It was more like stuff that they kind of took out of what they actually used to battle and then just made it into tracks and stuff. But then eventually it got, with NWA, it got a little bit harder and got a little bit more gangster. And then, you know, people were searching for the actual criminals that they could sell records from. And, you know, Biggie came out of that, Mobb Deep, Tupac, you know, all those things. I mean, NWA too were, they started as that too, just, you know, criminals really. But again, like, not terribly different from punk rock either. Like, it's a similar kind of mentality and similar kind of stuff. So, I don't know.
Interesting how it all started there in such a raw place and then slowly but surely became very consumer driven. I guess basically everything does that.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It wasn't as bad in the 90s where it was consumer driven because a lot of the gangster rap was popular because because people were searching for it. Like a lot of the stuff was kind of almost underground, but not really. It was getting more mainstream because rap. We all have to keep in mind, like hip hop and stuff hasn't been mainstream for that long. It's only been since like the early to mid 2000s.
Well, and
honestly.
the 90s were all about the distribution, right? Because you're literally handing tapes to people, which is a totally different experience than you have when you can just go to some website and download a shitload of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and the whole idea of hip hop really was like the producer MC thing, and that's kind of gone now. I think like producers and MCs are kind of the same now. Like there's no there's the famous duos like Puff Daddy and Biggie, you know, with Bad Boy Entertainment, you know, and some
what about Dr. Dre?
Still. Well, Dre was part of NWA originally, and then he left because they all got broken up over Eazy-E being a douchebag, basically.
Oh.
So they all got broken up. So Dre, I don't think ever really had. He was part of like a rap group, which was different from that. But like original rap is just like producer MC stuff, and it was sort of. It's funny because the MC was always just kind of the hype man for a DJ, sort of like how dubstep is now, where it's just kind of like a DJ. But then there was a hype man involved, and the hype man eventually became more popular than the DJ because the DJ would be spinning the tracks, and then the hype man, the MC, started rapping, and then it became more important for the rap to be important, and you know, kind of evolved from there. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I went to metal shows. I don't know much about the history of hip hop. I was just mostly into metal. Hip shop. That's
the class that you take in high school, actually, where they teach you how to spit hot fire.
Spit hot fire.
It's like wood shop, but you know, for records making.
Got it.
Yeah. But I mean, I like that. I went to a lot of metal shows too when I was younger. I don't know. I just like music in general.
Yeah, but you hate metal. And I keep trying to make you listen to metal, and you're just not into it.
Well, I don't really like modern like black death metal type of stuff where they scream a lot. I just don't like that at all. That's not interesting to me. But like older metal is pretty cool. Like I can dig on that.
Where's your line? Where's your cutoff?
When they start screaming incoherently, that's my cut.
Yeah, but like even the older metal, some of that
basically.
had it.
I don't. No, I mean not really. I mean, yeah.
Okay, what do you think about Pantera?
Like I've listened to some of it. I'm not terribly into it.
Closest metal I get to is like a little bit of Iron Maiden, a little bit of Metallica. That's about as far as I go.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's not that far. They're probably the lightest metal you can get.
No, I don't think that's true, but I
really?
don't really like that stuff generally. I'm more into the more modern stuff now. You know, technical, progressive, crazy, like really complex patterns.
See, I do like the progressive stuff when it's not metal, like it's just rock. Like,
well, what do you think about Rush? Because they're kind of on the line a little bit.
Love Rush.
Do you think Rush would be metal?
I think that a lot of the influences of the bands that I listen to come from that, so in a way they've sort of diffused a little bit for me.
Yeah, I agree. It's just a lot of times like Rush, it's progressive. It's really weird time systems, and it's kind of strange to, you can't really bob your head to it because it's always changing it, but it's in a good way, and they make it sound good. When it's metal to me, it seems like it's really way too random, and there's not a lot of way to get into the music because all the time it's just very jarring to me, and I can't.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
think you
think
need
it's really.
a hook to get you involved in it before then all of a sudden it seems appealing. Because I'm not really sure where I made that transition, but I just can't really go back anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sort of like along with Austin as well. I didn't know that Rush would be considered metal, but
I'm
really,
not sure that they are. I'm just saying that they group
Yeah.
in with a lot of the bands I listen to
Right.
just because of the influences. They're like
like
progressive rock, I
Godfathers.
guess.
It's progressive, but many people
The-
call it classic rock because it's where you find the music at.
the Africa Bombata of metal, or the Sugar Hill Gang of metal, the Godfathers maybe. That would I could get down with that.
And not
or
even
like
just
the,
metal,
New
just-
York Dolls of metal, or New York Dolls of metal. Yeah, that's
There's a lot of subclassifications though, and I just particularly like the progressive stuff. But there's plenty of like metalcore bands that aren't at all influenced by them, and many of them influence each other.
I've liked. Did you ever listen to like New York hardcore stuff?
A lot of that stuff I don't like actually. Do you have a specific band
Yeah.
in mind?
Oh, I'm thinking like Black Flag or like Bad Brains and stuff. But
Bad
Yeah.
Brains is all right. Black Flag I can't get into. A lot of them ride this weird line where they seem like they're almost about to become skinheads or something, or like white supremacists, and I really don't get
Yeah.
into any of that. And a lot of that comes from like the punk influences, and I don't think they
Yeah.
necessarily are actually, but I know that there actually are some groups that totally are all about that stuff, and it just gets really shady because I don't know who they are. A lot of the time you can't even tell from the lyrics either at first until you sort of listen to it closer, and if they're screaming you can't usually hear what they're saying.
the way that I look at it with like New York hardcore stuff, like my friend Dennis used to be really into that, and the way I look at it with stuff like that is I really like going to punk shows and stuff with like local bands, because I think the live performance aspect of it is really important, I think, and
Yeah,
especially
definitely.
that kind of music. Like, and the feeling the energy in the room and getting a part of that and being in a mosh pit and stuff like that. Like, that's all kind of part of it. But I don't think it's the kind of thing for me that I would casually listen to. I think what's the big Bad Brain song? The Big Takedown, I think is what it is. That's fine. Like, I could listen to that probably, but like for the most part, it's mostly meant to be played live, and that's sort of, I mean, that is sort of the birth of punk, right? It started in CBGBs in New York and stuff with television and stuff like that. So, I mean, yeah, it's sort of a lot of that is meant to be played live, and I think a lot of the metal kind of is birthed, at least the mentality, maybe not the music, is birthed out of like that New York hardcore punk scene as well. I don't know a lot about the history of metal though, so. But like more modern metal seems like the mentality seems very similar to me.
It sometimes is, and I think the big difference too of why I can't get into some of the older stuff or the newer stuff is, in my experience, and this is just my personal experience, it has a lot to do with the attitude of the room when you're at one of the shows. Because I've been to a few shows where, like, if you get knocked down, they don't help you up, and they'll just as soon step on you.
Oh, really?
And you can feel that really fast. And those are the shows that are like, you guys are a bunch of assholes, and I'm not interested in being in part of this scene. But then I've been a part of plenty of shows where it's like, if they knock you over, like, it's all in good fun. They pick you right back up, they dust you off, and everybody's happy. And people look out for each other. And that's kind of the attitude that I prefer. And it doesn't have anything to do with how much they're screaming on the stage. It's just the people that are into it.
Well, like I would say that I would totally go to like a metal show with you. Like I think that would be fine. I'd very much enjoy that actually. Like one of the greatest shows that I've been to was a Guar show that I went to.
Right.
And it was awesome. It was like
That
really
dude died.
fun.
Lead
Yeah, he
singer
did.
died.
Yeah, I know, it's kind of sad.
That's some heroin or something.
Yeah. Well, it happens in the music
Musician
industry,
thing,
but-
unfortunately.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Like
I don't mean to laugh
like,
at him dying. I just
for
mean
me-
the fact that he's a musician.
Yeah, no, it is. But but for me, like, it's not the kind of thing in a similar sense to like New York hardcore or like, some of the later punk. It's not something that I'd like to casually listen to.
Right.
Whereas I'd like to go to a show of it, but listening to it.
I'm not really into shows. I've only ever seen really one concert before. I mean, music for me is just something that I just kind of just listen to, just kind of sit there. Like, I don't really, like, I'll have music on in the background when I'm playing things like Dota, or maybe I'm in the car. My power is, like, constantly surging, and that worries me. But
It's not good.
yeah, oh my God, the lights are just getting really bright. I might die. But But yeah, like I if I'm strictly just listening to music, I'll put music on and I'm not gonna close my eyes or anything, but I'll just stop doing anything and just listen to the music. And things like metal and really hardcore stuff doesn't really fit for that kind of listening. I think.
It's funny because I listen to it every day pretty much. It's just always on when I'm working or between editing or whatever. So where I need to hear, I don't have it on. But
Right.
but yeah, it's 50% the shows and 50% like private listening for me. The shows make up the reason why you're so energized to listen to it outside of that. And it's been enough momentum that it's carried me for like the last 5 years.
I totally see that.
Because I haven't gone to a lot of shows since like I finished college. I've gone to like 1 or 2. But back before then, I used to go to them like every week. And it's just weird to see how that's changed and how there really aren't as many good shows anymore in my area. And it's just sort of depressing. And a lot of the bands that I used to really like then aren't really around now as much. Or if they are, they don't really hang out here as much anyway. So, I don't know. It's a weird time.
I get you. Yeah. Although, despite having, I think, said throughout this and sort of to that point that, like, I'm not that big into modern hip-hop or modern... a lot of modern music in general. I think music is actually moving into a really nice place right now, even mainstream stuff. And I'm kind of more into it. Maybe that's me getting older. I don't know, but
the last year of like the pop craze has, I'm not gonna say it's good, but it's been not as bad as like the past like 10 years of pop.
Wrecking Ball, like seriously?
Okay,
I mean
that was that a year? Was that over a year ago though?
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just, what happens is when I drive to lunch every day, I pretty much drive at the exact same time, and I listen to the classic rock station, which is my normal music that I listen to, and I listen to that, but I only get it for like 10 minutes, and then it hits this commercial at the same time every day. So the only radio station left is the current music of today, or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And there are songs on it that play, and I'm like, well, this isn't bad. It's not. It's not something I think I would listen to, but it's not. But see, at the same time, though, they're also put on shit like Katy Perry or like that, and then I'm like, I don't want to listen to this.
I think the like super mainstream pop is never going to be very good. I mean, except for like way back in the day when it was like Michael Jackson, but like the really super mainstream, yeah, sure. But I mean like the stuff that actually is kind of popular now that is also mainstream,
like the pop rock bands. Those are
like the Black Keys, I think, are great. The Odd Future is I think a really good hip hop band now. I actually went to one of their shows, and it was great. It was really awesome. So I would actually highly suggest that you guys go to an Odd Future show if you like Odd Future, because it's awesome. But
never heard of them.
Yeah, like Odd Future. It's well, you probably heard of like Tyler the Creator.
No. I have a really strange musical bubble because I just have never listened to the radio. I've only just listened to albums and carried stuff on my phone or my iPod. So, like, I don't ever get exposed to whatever's going through popular culture at the moment, which I don't mean to sound like a big hipster, but I guess it sort of turned me into one. So, yeah, I'm super sheltered when it comes to musical preferences. I've discovered things from branching paths through the bands I like to other bands.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, some of the stuff, like, you probably heard of Adele, right?
I have. I don't think I like her.
I've listened to her stuff. I think her music is pretty good.
I don't know the soul
it's
singers.
still all
like
really like the whole design of pop music though is still kind of the same. It's really unoriginal and no variations. It's just like 3 or 4 chords every time, and that's still the same.
I don't even care about the chords. It's just the production of it all and the way that it's so formulaic. Like, I can't even listen to traditional song structure anymore. It just makes me upset.
I'm okay with like verse chorus bridge verse chorus, or you know that's pretty much basic song structure, and that's okay still, as long as you. But now what I'm noticing a lot is that it's verse chorus, shorter verse, chorus. That is like basic song structure for today. It's so annoying because it's like, man, I like the chorus, but this is like the 7th time I've heard the chorus. Please stop. And it's weird because songs like that's not a new thing. Like there's a lot of classic rock songs that I really like that'll repeat the chorus like 6 times, but they'll do it at the end of the song and they'll fade it out, right? And they'll be like that'll be like an 8 or 9 minute song or something along those lines. And it's like they did that intentionally. You're just repeating the chorus so much, and you're always doing it at the same point, and it just gets to me. Like I notice it every time because it's like, oh, they're gonna repeat. Okay, you have to repeat the chorus.
I have a very unique problem with why song structure gets to me, and I think it's because I have a really bad memory in most elements in life except for when it comes to music. So when I hear traditional song structure, I basically have memorized the song by the second chorus, and I know where it's going from here on. So it's like this is now I'm just waiting. And if I ever hear it again, I'm going to be waiting from the second the song starts, so I'm just instantly bored. And it's partially just because of, like, the way my head works, I guess. I just sort of, like, loop shit over and over in my mind, and it just makes it really easy for me to, like, picture the trajectory of a song. And that's kind of why I need to have progressive music, otherwise it just gets really boring and lame.
And you should listen to David Bowie. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I have.
The hooks of songs are, like, you know, there's like, songs will have, like, 3 or 4 like catchy tunes in them, or riffs if it's a guitar-based song. That are just like sound really nice. It's like a short little bit of sound or singing. But now it's probably been this way for a while. But they'll have like one and they'll just repeat it throughout the whole song. This little like do little thing.
Because they've like freaking tested it all and they've found what sells the most albums, and they try to do whatever appeals to that.
Yeah,
it's just.
I mean, hey, that's
like this is good, but give me like 2 or 3 more of these so it doesn't get old very quickly.
That's why I didn't really like a lot of the modern hip hop, or like the hip hop that was played during the mid 2000s into kinda today. It's because it's so formulaic, and the flows are all like, no one plays with flows like Lil Wayne just has just the one flow,
it's just
and
consistent
just
through the whole thing.
The whole thing. And his rhymes are just so fucking boring. Like part of the thing that's really interesting to me about hip hop, and especially like gangster rap in the 90s and stuff. And granted, even in the 90s they had, you know, bad rap. Like sure, like I'm not saying that's not a thing, but like lyricists were important in hip hop. You know, like having really interesting like it's basically being a poet. Like it is like you try to make an interesting idea, and you try to convey it in the most interesting way possible, while you also make somebody listen to it, feel that it's cool, feel the beat, and then also have to like go back and be like, oh, that's cool, that's how he structured that thought. You know, and
agree.
that's and with like Lil Wayne, I listened to one song with like, I forget, it's something about kissing his daddy, and he like literally there's an entire verse where he rhymes the word daddy with fucking daddy. And I'm sorry, but that's not what rhyming is. You don't rhyme one word with the same fucking word. Like that's not rapping. I'm sorry, it's just not right. And before the comments come in and be like, yeah, but there was that really sad show where his father died, and then, you know, he was really sad when he sung that song. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, he feels emotion. Yes, he's a human being. That doesn't make the song good. Like, it's just, I don't know.
I agree. I'm totally in the same boat. If a hip hop artist can present to me articulate ideas put down in a new and original way, I'm totally on board. That's why I like De La Soul. That's why I like Bus Driver, Busta Rhymes even. All three of them, they're really, really intelligent in the way they put words together. And they use an incredibly extensive vocabulary. So I love that.
Yeah, totally.
I would totally listen to that.
You'd like Black Star. You'd like, have you ever heard Tribe Called Quest?
I think you've made me listen to it, and I think I didn't like it.
Oh, you didn't like Tribe? All right.
Well, I
Jurassic
don't really know.
5.
Generally, I get like one YouTube video, and I listen to that, and I'm like, all right, I'm not feeling this too much. But it's okay. It doesn't really matter. If I like it, I like it.
Yeah, totally. There's a lot. I mean, and there's a lot of really great underground hip hop now. Like, I wouldn't even say that he's totally underground now. Although he kind of still is. But Atmosphere. Well, I wouldn't say he. I mean, technically his rapper name is Slug. But anyway, the Atmosphere I think you'd like, because it's totally about something. All of his songs, and he kind of tries to make the lyrics interesting, and that's the whole idea. And he writes them. Like, that's the other thing too, is like a lot of hip hop today is not written by the rappers, and it's just, and you can kind of tell, and it's just kind of like, like I don't know, man.
That's the thing with lyrics, though, is that people don't understand how much you can do with words in songs. Like there's almost no limit to the creativeness you could show in song lyrics. And people think that, oh, if as long as I just rhyme words, I'm done. That's all I got to do. You know, if I rhyme love and dove, that's
people
it.
that are
and it's also-
inspired and go further.
What's cool, like what was cool about like the rappers that I loved or love are like, and this is what I meant about flow, is they experimented with the medium by changing up the flow of the song. Like that's part of the thing, is that it fucks with tempo, which is why I also said that hip hop kind of came out of the same era of reggae and punk, because they also did that same thing. They also kind of fucked with tempo and kind of fucked with flow and kind of fucked with stuff like that, and tried to really expand upon the medium, whereas a lot of really mainstream hip hop like Drake or, you know, whatever is really popular, the Lil Wayne, you know, it's just kind of all the same tone all the time, and it's clear that they didn't write it, and it's clear that they're I think when a songwriter sings something that isn't theirs, it's not as bad as when a rapper raps something that isn't theirs, because when a rapper raps something that isn't theirs, you can kind of tell that it's not important to them in a way, you know what I mean? And I don't know, there was a better thought that I had in my head to explain what I meant.
I think I'm still with you. Like the whole Drake song with the started from the bottom now here, that's like the confluence of all the worst things about all of it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any substance to the lyrics. He doesn't deliver it in a meaningful way. He doesn't sound emotionally attached to the song. There's literally no music worth talking about. Yeah. You're just listening to him mumble to himself until it ends.
Yeah, and oh yeah, and that's what I was saying. Like, that's the thought that I was gonna say, is like when a songwriter sings something that isn't theirs, you know, part of it is because like they have a really great voice. Like Pharrell Williams was talking about how Happy, the song that he's like really famous for now, he tried to sell that to CeeLo Green back when he was like a songwriter and not like very famous, right? And he said CeeLo's version was a lot better. And in that way, you know, like part of the voice and stuff like that, and the way that it's delivered is different from a song versus a rap, where it's that, like, I guess I'm just getting the personality of the rapper, and it's just not the same, because singing is not that important in hip hop, and it's more about the cleverness of the rapper and stuff, and less about how much I care about the person himself. Whereas like Drake's stuff, it just seems like, okay, Drake's really popular because he's like really attractive, and
he's like an icon, right? Instead of like there's this difference between there's singers, there's performers, and then there's just socialites. And sometimes I feel like some rappers sort of slide down that.
Let's be honest though, Drake has no street cred.
He really doesn't.
I don't even know where that puts you then.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Because, like, if a singer sings really well and really articulately and has a lot of skill behind what they do, then you have rappers who are really great at being able to, on the spot, be able to put together words in really imaginative ways. And then sometimes just the fact that you can make your tongue do those things live on stage in front of 1,000 people, that's really impressive. But then you have sometimes where people just sort of deliver a monologue at whatever pace they feel like. That doesn't feel like anything worth caring about. It's just like, why are you doing this? Why are you in front of us? What got you to this point?
Like, everything we talked about is about more mainstream stuff. There's a lot of music out there, of a shit ton that's amazing, but it's almost impossible to find. It's really hard to find.
Well, I hope everyone knows we're speaking in vast generalities.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that is important to note, I think. Yeah. I mean, like, and like I said, I found a lot of hip hop that's mainstream-ish now that I like. Like I said, Odd Future. I think they do a lot of stuff that's really interesting. They've kind of got the pulse of what people are feeling again, which I think rap hasn't for a long time, because since the gangster rap era and then moving into the mainstream hip hop, it's been talking about like how much gold they have and how many bottles of champagne they're uncorking and stuff, and it's just like, okay, man, like that's cool that you're cool, but I don't care. Like that doesn't, I'm not relating to you at all. Whereas Odd Future does stuff that's just like it's just like fucked up thoughts in their heads, and a lot of times it's just like similar to ODB, where it's just kind of like a stream of consciousness kind of rap, and that's really cool to me. And you know, and they're talking about how they don't like certain things and like other things, you know, is shit like that. That's more interesting, or talking about struggle, because like I said, hip hop sort of was birthed like a lot of music, I think, birthed out of like the blues type of stuff. So it's supposed to be about the struggle. It's not really supposed to be about how awesome you. Well, okay, I'm not gonna say it's not supposed to be about how awesome you are, because I mean, early hip hop too, like the beginnings of hip hop, was about being how awesome you is, because it was rap battle stuff. But it's still, I think it kind of evolved into something that was more bluesy and more like about struggling and about having a hard time. And when it got to the point where, you know, I think it almost it's funny. I think the death of hip hop, if there was a death of hip hop, came about in a similar way to the death of punk rock, in that punk rock was all about a bunch of kids who were frustrated with the world and the government and music in general, how they had like 7-minute songs and they were tired of that and they wanted to go back to like Chuck Berry, like sped up Chuck Berry riffs that were just like 3-minute songs talking about something and whatever, and just keep going. And it was a bunch of kids who didn't know how to play their instruments, right? They had no idea how to play any of the things that they're playing, just making noise, right? That's sort of why not Sid Vicious, maybe Sid Vicious, I forget. But anyway, he made a noise band after that, because it's all about noise, right? It's about people playing music poorly. And then punk rock kind of grew time, and then eventually the musicians started learning how to play their instruments, because that's sort of what happens when you play instruments for several years. And punk rock kind of suffered from that a little bit, where like it wasn't that interesting because there was a bunch of people who were actually really good at what they did. And I think hip hop is in a similar boat, where, you know, gangster rap kind of started about, man, like I have to fucking steal radios from cars and smoke crack and do all this other awful shit because my life is terrible and I grew up in a horrible place and this is terrible. And then eventually they stopped having to do that because they got rich and they started rapping about how rich they were, and then it stopped being relatable. So I don't know.
That was a useful little way that you put that. I enjoyed that a whole bunch. And I think the part where I think my version of metal that I'm interested in sort of diffuses from what you described as the kids learning how to play their instruments, takes that mentality, but it's the kids that went to music school and became like really good at playing improvisational jazz, and then decided to apply that thinking and that mentality of not being bound by any rules or conventions that generally music is supposed to follow, and then trying to make that fit with whatever they felt was vibrant at the time. And then it turned into an explosion of 10 million genres. So, but I've also listened to plenty of the kids who couldn't play their instrument as well, and many of them by now were bands I listened to in the early 2000s, and now they play quite well. So
yeah, that's sort of what happens when you play an instrument for several years.
Yep.
I don't.
That was sort of the death of punk rock too.
I don't know what happened to classic rock. Did it just become rock?
I think it became country.
Yeah, it became Nickelback.
They became power chords is what it became.
Yeah. They became Creed.
With arms wide open.
Yeah.
Go Marlins.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. Yeah. Well, you know, we've been pontificating for an hour and 13 minutes. It's probably a good place to end. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it,
man.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us on Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2014. 2015 should be coming out soon, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that.
We'll just say we won't buy it for a while until you get real mad at us, and then we probably will.
Yeah, that's what we did with
Well, I mean, we're all ready I mean, the thing is that it was 2013 and 2014. We liked 2013. We didn't like 2014.
Maybe we'll move on to the next one now. Maybe this will be the good one again.
Yeah, maybe we'll like 2015. Maybe 2015 is great.
Maybe it's the best one yet.
It's a possibility.
We'll see.
People seem fucking hyped about it too. So
what scares me is that the release date is July. There is no release date. It's just July.
The whole month.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
maybe they'll release a card a day for 30 days.
Oh, that'd be good. I hope they do have deck construction, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm not getting my hepatitis C up.
Even if they have it, we're not going to make decks, right? Because then we're just going to be upset about how my deck is not optimal, and then the commenters are going to be pissed at us.
I'm so bad at deck making, so probably.
Yeah, but we could make like really funny decks. That's what I would like to do. Okay. I'd like to make like really funny
dick's
troll
hilarious.
decks. Yeah, I got a really funny dick,
my
guys.
dick can lay an egg.
So, anyway, thanks for watching us. We do this every Mondays and Fridays, so be sure to check back then for another episode of Magic. And we love you all. You're amazing. So
Not
come
on
back
Wednesdays.
Again. Not on Wednesdays.
I
Not
do
on
love
Wednesdays.
on Wednesdays. Isn't Sundays for me.
Yeah,
It's almost
Same
Wednesday.
thing.
It's like Wednesday in like 2 hours for me.
that's true. Yeah, it's Wednesday in like 40 minutes for me. So,
Oh.
yeah. Anyway, see you
See
guys
you later.
Bye.
Hey.